Hello and welcome to my channel. I created this for myself and I really don't want to lose it, so the best way not to lose it is to put it on YouTube because then I can find it later. And maybe some of you that are gardening might could use it as well. So this is the information that you need for gardening certain things, and this is in my area for the temperature, but you can look up your temperature if you want to. So I've listed it. This says squash, but it's acorn squash, so I guess that's how I did it. Anyway, it's got the days to germinate, the temperature to germinate, the days to harvest, the temperature to grow, the length of the root, the depth of the soil, the width, so the seeds, the depth, the width of the rows, and what to thin it to. And if you don't want to replant it, you might want to put it as what you want to thin it to begin with, or not put very many more than what you need to thin it to, because sometimes I just spent way too many. When I did my the Dollar Tree laundry baskets, I had never planted before, so I put way too many. So it was my first year gardening. I did that in 2020 in March, I think. Well, I went and bought everything in 2020 in March. So, and I might have planted it in April, but these are the months to plant in my area. I don't know what it is in your area, but maybe it will help you anyway. Plants per square foot per garden. I don't know if that's accurate because I cheat and I will put them. Sometimes it says 1 per square foot, so I'll be putting one in the upper left hand corner and one in the bottom right hand corner of a square foot. And then the next box square foot that I have, I will put one in the upper left hand corner and one in the bottom right hand corner. So there is too many, and you should never ever do that. Maybe if I had more soil it would work better, but anyway, I don't know. So anyway, this is miscellaneous information. So, and most of these I got off of the seed packets, and they're off of different seed packets, I think, but I don't know. I might have got some of it off the internet, and it's not complete. You can see the globe artichoke is not complete because I'm not going to plant that, so I didn't complete it in mine, but you can, look it up. So this is arugula. And I've got this pane where it's frozen. So I'm going to scroll down so you don't have to listen to me jibber jabbering. When you get to the one that you're interested in, you can pause it so you can see it. So we did the basil one, so we'll go open to the next one. And there it is. So if you want to pause this, and I'm not going to sit here and read all this to you. You can just pause it and see the garden beans. This is the length of the roots, so I'm just going to assume this is for all the other ones, and I didn't put it everywhere, but I guess I could. Maybe I should do that and put it down here in case I scroll over and there's more beans. So yeah, there it is. Hold on, I'll add it there too. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so there's that. Pak Joy didn't work for me last time. I think it might have been because I planted it in the Dollar Tree laundry baskets and I went to put it in the pallet garden, and then I probably should have just planted them where I wanted to leave them at. Or maybe my soil was too woody, because I had actually gotten free sawdust and mixed it in with all this stuff because I couldn't really afford. And that one didn't seem to work so well, but there's the information. I just thought, if this helps me, maybe it'll help somebody else. And like I said, I don't want to lose it. Computer will crash and I'll have it saved on a hard drive and poof, it'll be gone and I won't have the information anymore. So I see the cantaloupe. I don't have the length of the roots there. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't put it all there. So I don't know where I was. So I'll pause it there. So like I said, all you have to do is pause the video to see what you need. That way you don't have to play the video forever. So that if you want to grow something that's on here, if it's not on here, I can't help you. But like I said, I just basically did this information for myself. And so I would have it. And I don't know why I don't have what I can plant with what on here. I might have that somewhere else. Because I'll look for another document. So I'm sure I have a document somewhere that says what I can plant with what. So, yeah, I had to figure out how to fit it into my screen. So if you're like, well, that looks funny the way she's got that with that many words in that little space, but I don't know why I've got that one bolded in black either. And some of this stuff you may never plant, but I just don't want to lose it. I don't want to have, see, mescaline, that's something I love, so I'm planting that all the time. And the black seeded lettuce, I grow that because it grows so well, and then you just trim it back and it keeps growing, and you trim it back and it keeps growing. So, and leeks are something that I absolutely love. So that's on here, and I haven't grown any leeks yet, but I think I will this year because I just love the taste of leeks, and they're expensive, and I don't want to pay that much for them. I would rather grow them myself. Like tomatoes. Tomatoes, they grow so easily. So, especially the Roma tomatoes. Now that I see the Roma tomatoes they cost less, and I try to grow them, and I see they grow so fast and so easy, and I get so much more of them that my husband loves tomatoes. So, ooh, I lost my place again. Sorry about that. So if I'm not exactly where I should be, sorry. So, I don't know. Some of it I got on the seed packet. Some of it I got online because I went looking in different places, trying to find the information, and it may not be exact. So it's just so that we have the information, because it's time to plant here. Well, it's maybe in a month, but I started early. If they don't grow, I'll plant them again. Oh, the orange peppers. I love orange peppers, and I don't want to pay that price for them, so I will go, and I got them. They had a special where you could get 12 orange peppers for $10. And then I had all these seeds, and I didn't need that many seeds. I could have just got one orange pepper and had plenty of seeds. So then I go to cook it for dinner. You know, you go to cook an orange pepper for dinner. You pull all the seeds out and run out and throw them in the garden. Cover them with a little bit of dirt, and then I've planted them. And yeah, maybe I'm crazy, but they grow so much better than the seed packets. And you don't want to just throw them out there like I do and then just throw soil over them. You might want to, measure them out, put them out where they're supposed to be. But then I'm like, wow, look at all these peppers growing. And I buy them in the seed packets, and they don't grow like that. They don't grow near as well. And I thought you had to dry the seeds out and do things to them to get them to grow. Yeah. Not if you do it right away. I've done that with the honeydew melon. We pulled the seeds out of the honeydew melon we were eating for dinner, and I took them out there and planted them right away, threw some soil over them. They grew so well till they got almost to the end, and they got eaten up with worms, because it was in 2020, and it was like my first year gardening, and I didn't know how to kill the critters, and I didn't know, because we mixed the soil ourselves, and I wasn't expecting worms to come around. I don't know, it must have been some good fruit. They must have enjoyed that good fruit, because it sure was pretty. I might try it again. Have to go watch some YouTube video to figure out how to kill the worms and stuff off of them. Freeze the seeds for the strawberries. Yeah, I cut up some strawberries when it was freezing here and buried them to have them grow, but the critters dug them out and ate them. And I don't know if it was squirrels or those little moles. Or we got so many critters, I don't know what it was, but I might try to buy some strawberries and throw them in the freezer and then cut them up, put them out there again. So, and I'm not supposed to plant till after April 15th, so, and I guess I shouldn't have been planting them already, but I did. Whoops. Because I didn't know where this was. I was like, where's my document? I didn't know where it was. So then I found it. I'm like, wow, I gotta not lose this again. So I'm gonna need it. Well, how am I gonna not lose it? Well, I'm gonna put it on YouTube. And I could put it on YouTube where I could be the only one that sees it, but that wouldn't be very nice of me, would it? It's like back in the day when I used to do genealogy in the 90s. And I would try to get information and nobody would share any information. And it was so hard. You got to scroll through the microfilm reader, looking at the microfilm back in the day and try to read the handwriting that was so different, and trying to order the birth certificates and the death certificates and the marriage records. And you had to pay somebody that's at the library, that hangs out at the library if you're in a different state, to get them to get the information. And you try to get people that live in the area that are family that want you to do the research, but they're too busy to help you, you know. And then you try to get other family members, oh, share the research, and they don't share it, so then you can't find it, and it's hard. And that's what it was like trying to find this document. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? I'm going to lose it. Just like my genealogy, I put it all over the internet so I wouldn't lose it. And so I could prove that I was the one who did it. Because someone's like, well, can you prove you were the one that did all that research? And I said, yes, I can, because I shared it all over the internet so I wouldn't lose it. And because other people weren't sharing their information at the time and it was so hard to get, I was like, well, I will share my information that I have like crazy and teach them a whole new way of life. And then there were other distant cousins, relatives of mine, and they were like, one of them's name was Robert Isaac. And they were like, wow, you shared all this information and I was looking for it for my family, and thank you so much, because it really helped me and I didn't have to do all that research. And they might have had Ancestry back then, but they didn't have it, all this information and stuff they have now on it. I don't know, I haven't subscribed to it yet, but we had something called RootsWeb and US GenWeb and things like that, where we did the research, and we would do it and we would do it and we would donate it to help people out. So we would be like, oh, I'm going to do this. Do you want me to donate copies of it for you? And they'd be like, sure. So then it would say, transcribed by Sharon Burnett for the census records all over the place, because I used to do that. And it wasn't easy. It was such a pain. And I think I was homeschooling at the time, raising my kids. I had to buy a microfilm. I had a big old microfilm reader on my desk on one side, and then my first computer, because I'd never had a computer. I learned how to use the computer by doing genealogy. I got my computer and I hooked it up and I subscribed to an email group for genealogy. I think it's called Nugent. And that's how I learned how to use a computer. And we could send faxes and stuff on our computers, but it just came with it. And I learned how to use the internet and the computer by doing my genealogy, which is just some fun information I thought I'd give you, because, you know, gotta talk while we're doing this, or you're probably tired of hearing my voice rambling. So there's that information for the garden seeds. I hope it helps somebody other than just me, but there it is. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Bye-bye.